Welcome to CTV News Your Canada. It is Wednesday, October the 29th. We'll bring you profiles of fascinating Canadians and stories about your community. Thank you for watching.
High fly to center. Varsho back. Game over.
When Freddie Freeman hit this home run in the bottom of the 18th inning, it sent fans on the West Coast into a frenzy and broke the hearts of Blue Jays fans here on the East Coast, where it was nearly 4 in the morning.
My wife caught a sneaky pic of me falling asleep during the game with my cat sleeping on me and my Jays gear on.
James Walsh runs a coffee shop in downtown Sydney. His job today was to caffeinate Blue Jays fans who stayed up till the bitter end like he did. The bitter irony made for a pretty good social media promotion for his cafe.
I went to bed at around 4, got back up at 5, came in here for the day, and here we are. I'm drinking lots of espresso.
I don't know if it was 3, 4. It was late.
Sean Carroll watched all 18 innings here in his fan cave at home, where he has Blue Jays memorabilia from floor to ceiling.
The bat flip, Joe Carter's home run signed, my Joe Carter jersey signed. Fernandez is my favorite player of all time.
Of course, it's one thing to miss nearly a full night's slumber if you get to spend the next day celebrating. It's quite another when you've stayed up nearly till dawn, only to suffer from both sleep deprivation and disappointment.
Oh, it was definitely worth it. I mean, we didn't get the result we wanted, but that's an all-timer right there.
Both these men were around the last time the Blue Jays made it this far back in the 90s, so they know the chance to watch their team play a World Series game into the wee hours doesn't necessarily come around often.
It took 32 years to get here, so I might not see another one.
I don't know if I'll ever get this chance again, so I'm not going to miss a pitch if I can help it.
And with Game 4 at Dodger Stadium set to begin barely 17 hours after the last one ended, there's no rest for the weary. Not that fans like these would take it anyway. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
Putting a new spin on an old classic. Scarborough-based recording artist, producer, and lifelong Blue Jays fan Azim Hawk teamed up with legendary Canadian artist Choclair to show their love for Canada's team on a remix of Let's Go Blue Jays.
I hit up Choclair because I'm like, who else represents Toronto more than that man, right? So it was an honor for me because I grew up listening to his music too. So for me bringing those two worlds together, it was just incredible for me.
Just about showing love for the Jays because we're all Jays fans and we're all hometown Toronto Scarborough boys and Canadian boys and everything like that, you know.
The song was released at the start of this season and has taken off with this World Series run, going viral on social media, even being featured at home games with a video produced by Sportsnet. Both artists say they're overwhelmed with the outpouring of support.
And I'm glad people love it, and I'm glad people are taking it in and knowing that this is songs for our hometown, our home country, and we're very proud of it.
I think that's the most beautiful part about it all, because especially not just the song, but the Jays, it's bringing everybody together. And I think right now that we need that.
Hawk even included his nephews, ages 10 to 16, on the track.
Really? Yeah. Because I wanted to bring that kid element too, so I'm like, you know what? Get in the booth.
After Game 3 ending in dramatic fashion, both artists are looking ahead, hoping this song helps hype up fans.
I always take this one thing in. Maestro always says is, he says, don't make music, make history. And I believe what we did with this record is making history.
Both Azim and Choclair are thrilled the song is resonating with people online and on social media, and they hope it continues to inspire Jays fans to cheer on the team. Jessica Smith, CTV News.
Big or small?
These grade 7 boys are picking the ammunition they need for their contraption designed to squash the competition. It is a trebuchet, or if you'd like it simplified, a powerful and accurate catapult designed to hurl pumpkins to a splattering end. Was that your goal, boys, to build the biggest one?
Yeah, and hopefully it go the farthest.
The catapult idea comes from a long-standing annual assignment for students at Wortley Road Public School. Casper DeParawa and Connor Schwartz grew up watching senior students build catapults. But now that it's their turn, they're out to break the record. After being handed the assignment, they went to Connor's dad, Dave.
Connor came home and said, hey, let's build a catapult. And I smiled and we started.
Following a design created by the boys, the trio took 3 weeks to build their custom pumpkin chucker. Throughout the project, the boys have followed science.
Kind of learning about like getting hands-on and well, geometry, weight, physics, and all this other stuff.
If we can get them interested in physics early on, then that carries on through their whole high school career.
As will the memory of what they've built here.
It's pretty exciting when you're launching a 10-pound pumpkin hundreds of feet.
But as often happens in science, things can go awry. And in this case, not even a pumpkin patch could help. Despite having plenty of pumpkins to launch, it just wasn't the boys' day. While it appears the catapult worked just fine, the pumpkin went sideways. Worse, the winch cable snapped, forcing an early end to the day.
Things don't work out. It's trial and error.
But because we all want to see a pumpkin fly, here's a look at some earlier attempts captured by a cell phone. Next up for this crew is the afternoon competition at school.
We've got a lot more pumpkins to launch and smash, so Thursday will be the day.
But should somehow things again go sideways, they take solace in knowing there is always a consolation prize after a food fight. Do either of you like pumpkin pie?
It's my favorite pie.
It's your favorite? Well, you're going to have a little bit of leftovers. In London, Sean Irvin, CTV News.
Record-breaking $2.5 million donation.
A massive boost for the Ottawa Food Bank. Franklin Holtforster, an Ottawa area entrepreneur, and his family donating $2.5 million.
With my sons and with my wife, we thought about what was most fundamental, what could achieve the most for those most in need. And this was it.
This at a time when 1 in 4 of Ottawa's households are facing food insecurity.
Coming here let me better understand how we could support others who weren't as lucky as us.
The donation, spaced over the next 10 years, $250,000 per year, will support the purchase and distribution of food.
Absolutely astonished, amazed, and just so overwhelmed with this incredible support. It means so much to our community to have that reliable funding over the next 10 years, and it's going to mean so much for the network of agencies that we work with.
The Ottawa Food Bank reported more than 560,000 visits to 90 organizations it worked with last year.
And we know that number is going to go up again this year.
This generous act will make a real human difference, powerful act of hope, and we believe it will inspire others to step forward. Give generously and help ensure that everyone in our community has access to the nourishment and support they deserve.
The family leaving a mark. Thumbprints on a mural, a tribute to the power of community collaboration. Holtforster hopes his family's donation will inspire others to give what they can or bigger.
I'm just hopeful that now a friend or someone is watching and they're going to dwarf it with a larger donation.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
We're a long way removed from a toonie getting you a newspaper and a cup of coffee, but many coffee drinkers say they've noticed a big spike to the tune of nearly 30%.
Everyone cares about the price. I buy it like when I go out for work, and if I do, if not, I sometimes go without.
The sharp increase in the price for a cup of joe adds up quickly, but it's not just for the consumer, but those in the coffee business. This specialty roasting operation runs out of Jim Clay's Aurelia home. Most of his sales are done at special events and farmers markets, but like everything, your favorite cup of brew is just going to cost you more.
Absolutely. They're gonna pay more, unfortunately. It's just the nature of the beast. It's the prices are going through the roof.
Clay says the main factors behind the increased costs are climate change, the Canadian dollar, shipping costs, and of course, coffee beans.
Now, those in the coffee game that we spoke with today say it's not just the cost of the beans that's behind recent struggles. They point to things like the increased cost for cups, rent, and even employment.
10 years ago, we could buy a pound of green beans for about $3. Today, that same bean, same farm, same region is over $7.
Dan Sasso owns and operates Beaver Rock in downtown Barrie. He says business has just become more expensive all the way around.
You need 16 ounces approximately of green beans to yield 12 ounces of roasted coffee. So that's at play too, right? All those factors come into how we price things.
Statistics Canada says Canadians paid about 28% more for their cup of coffee at the grocery store in August compared to a year earlier. Those in the industry say they don't see any decreases coming in the near future. Rob Cooper, CTV News, Barrie.
The 23-team Greater Ontario Hockey League is set to expand by one team next season.
Where that team will be is still yet to be determined, of course, but we're collecting applications now as we speak.
The league is trying to balance the Eastern and Western conferences to 12 teams each.
What we want is fan base. So what I say is if I look at a small town, but they've had a team prior, and they proved that they've had great fan success from surrounding areas, then that's certainly something to consider.
Spada says so far he's received around 40 phone calls from interested parties, with about 7 or 8 serious applications brought forward already. Financial backing, travel costs, and the potential for fans, all major factors in choosing the right expansion spot. Spada says operating in cities with major junior teams like Guelph and Kitchener can be a challenge.
Man, oh man, you put 1,000 people even in a major junior rink, it looks empty. But maybe they have everything else to offer us, then we kind of maybe figure something out with that. Players want to play in front of people. We were very successful in the smaller community and the community backing. We need volunteers. We need people that love that team so much they can't stand it.
Spada says expanding more east could be explored, but travel costs are still a big issue. And while there used to be a team in Buffalo that wasn't very competitive, he's received a lot of interest from American communities.
Multiple interest from Buffalo, heavy, good buyers. A couple certainly from Detroit that are strong, and certainly an interest from Port Huron as well. But that's something definitely, I think, a couple of years down the road we would look at.
The new team is expected to play in the league next season, and Spada hopes to make a decision on where the league will expand by early next year. Colton Weens, CTV News, Kitchener.
Across the wide expanse of Vaudreuil-Dorion, cranes are a common fixture. And driving much of that development is Mayor Guy Pilon.
I'm very, very happy about the way Vaudreuil-Dorion developed.
When he first became mayor 20 years ago, the city had a population of 18,000. Today, it's nearly 49,000. But at 72, he says it's time to retire. Pilon says his greatest achievement was creating free activities and spaces for young families.
No child in Vaudreuil-Dorion will be left aside because their parents don't have the money to do activities.
One of the biggest drivers of growth here in Vaudreuil-Dorion has been affordability. The median price of a single-family home hovers just over $600,000. But with that growth comes the need for infrastructure and services. Both candidates have different ideas of what that will look like. Paul Dumoulin has been in local politics for 33 years. He's now leading Pilon's former party. Among his priorities, the traffic issue, especially on the stretch of the 20 that runs through Dorion.
Nobody wants to come have a commerce here because there's too loud, there's too many traffic.
He says he would increase pressure on the province to build the Highway 20 bypass and bring local business back. He also wants more infrastructure to lower future flood risks.
The issue is the flood, also the backup sewer that we had on the 9th of August last year.
His opponent is fellow city councillor and leader of Inspire Vaudreuil-Dorion, Karine Lechasseur. She says it's time to change the approach the city has taken on development.
We need to take a breath and just take the time to decide what we want for the future and be able to say no.
Lechasseur says her newly created party would focus on improving the public transit offer. She also wants more affordable housing and to protect green spaces.
It will be too late in 20 years to say, sorry, we just don't have any green space.
The next mayor will have some big challenges. Construction on the hospital is ongoing, but there are concerns about staffing shortages. There are also questions about whether the new Illatort Bridge will be completed in 2026, a crucial artery connecting Vaudreuil-Dorion to Montreal. Denise Roberts, CTV News.
Work is underway to fix Travis Kammerer's home after sparks from fireworks caused a fire in his garage last week.
We got a full scope of how much work is going to be involved in repairing the home and how much damage to the inside contents. We got a bit of a scope of that yesterday, and it's quite a bit.
The family's car was torched by flames. The neighboring house was also damaged. Edmonton Fire Rescue Services estimates the fire caused about $175,000 worth of damage. While waiting for insurance funds, Kammerer started a GoFundMe.
Donations range from like $10 and to $100, and and one gentleman, I'm going to try to locate him. He donated $500 to my family. I don't know what to say to that.
Verinder Buller lives a few blocks away. He says he was devastated when he heard the news.
I was heartbroken to see how one person's celebrations could become other person's nightmare.
Buller asked his friends and family to help.
When I put an appeal out there, I told people we need 200 people who can donate like $20 each. That was the initial goal that we set it up.
Kammerer says it could be 6 months before his family is allowed to move back in. He says he is grateful for the support of the community.
We've had strangers offer us their homes, their vehicles. So, yeah, it's a little bit overwhelming.
3 people are facing criminal charges in relation to the fire. Merrick Takash, CTV News, Edmonton.
A pair of Dooney East houses show off the Halloween spirit, ready to scare off.
Happy Halloween!
On Friday. For Angela Appleton, she and her husband have been covering this lawn for almost 20 years. The key is making it accessible for everyone.
They're able to come through either this side, through the middle, up through there, and because our neighbors are in it as well and do an amazing job decorating, we have it set up that they can go straight through between both of the yards.
That neighbor is Sean Hilborn, who runs Saskatchewan Haunt Finder, which locates Halloween lovers in the province.
We're great friends. We haunt together. We have fun. She travels through our yard on Halloween night. We go through hers. We've built a great relationship.
With about 30 artifacts, the walk up to the house can be menacing even during the daytime.
So a bunch of them are on sensors like that. Steve doesn't do anything. He just hangs out and guards the place.
Meanwhile, in Pilot Butte, one resident has created a maze, forming her own Halloween world.
We started out really small, just a driveway, but it kind of grew like an addiction.
Rete starts the design of the maze in late August and doesn't make the exit easy on visitors. With different creatures behind every corner, it can take up to 30 minutes to find the exit. This is the 8th year she's designed the maze.
I've got families in town that are now starting to make it part of their tradition, and birthday parties are coming through. But the best is when you get the good old type scream and then followed by the laughter 2 seconds after.
All 3 residents have said that they still have a few more tricks up their sleeve before Friday. Damian Smith, CTV News, Regina.
Spooky season started a little early this year for Halloween shoppers looking to stock up before Friday.
The treats are smaller. Everything there's fewer in a bag and they're more expensive.
Dalhousie University's annual Halloween treat cost report says Canadian households are spending 10 to 20% more on Halloween candy this year. And there's a few forces coming to a head that's driving that price increase. West Africa, which supplies most of the world's cocoa, was hit with heavy rains in 2023 and drought in 2024, dwindling the supply. Add that on top of increased demand because of Halloween falling on a Friday, and it further increases the price.
The combination now of some global cocoa production that's been reduced, along with demand that's going up, is creating a real price crunch right now.
Companies counteract this by offering less for similar prices.
Shrinkflation is is weaving a thread through all of these conversations now, and you've got a situation in which, because of smaller quantities, people seem like they're getting less bang for their buck.
But with Halloween just days away, shoppers are finding a way to justify the price out of fear of not having any candy when the trick-or-treaters come knocking.
It's a little expensive, but I mean, it's once a year.
Candy is candy.
Yeah.
So
you gotta have it.
I'm going to buy it.
Will there be wonders with shrinkflation here to stay and chocolate prices unlikely to decrease even in good crop years if more people will look to other candy instead of offering less?
This is the new reality. I think you're going to be seeing people look for alternative ways, for alternative treats to provide that may not be such a claim on the pocketbook.
Keenan Sorakan, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Golden rocks?
Well, some may say you have to travel to the end of a rainbow to find a pot of gold.
Swim in that puddle.
Everett Forrester was simply standing on the edge of the sidewalk when he discovered this treasure.
The golden rock.
And when you possess that kind of power,
I'm gonna bring it home and keep it as a treasure.
and you have a mom that's encouraging,
Great job.
the positive possibilities of this rainy day, Sasha Sauvé says, are limitless.
You know, focus on the little things that are so easy to pass by when we're busy in our lives.
So, Everett could keep hunting for treasure,
Like gems, shiny rocks.
or he could experience the puddles in a different way.
Yeah, but like there was a lot of more last time.
A lot of more what? Tell me.
Crazy puddles.
And what, you may wonder, is a crazy puddle? Well, wasn't that, and isn't this?
What makes a puddle crazy? Like if you touch them, they'll just bounce up.
If your boots touch them just right,
1, 2, 3.
it feels like the water will bounce back up to the clouds. And laughter will bounce right out of your belly. Apparently, you don't need to wait for a rainbow to start searching for treasure. Everett proves that even on the dullest of days, you can make golden moments together. Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Victoria.